Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for viewing this video. Before we get started with discussing the contents of the video, I wanted to introduce my nonprofit, the Accelerated Training Program. Our vision is twofold. First, we want to expose all marginalized groups to cybersecurity education, as well as removing the systemic exclusion of cybersecurity education to marginalized groups. Our website is www.t-atp.org. And if you would like to partner or want to learn more, please visit our contact page where you can fill out your name, your email, and a message, and we will get back to you. And again, thank you so much for viewing the contents of this video. Please check out the nonprofit when you have a moment, and let's get to the video. Hello, everyone. Welcome to a new video. We're going to do bike. We're still in tier one of the starting point series. So let's get started. I'm going to spawn the machine. Oh, and I'm already connected to the starting point VPN. So if you're not connected, first get connected to the starting point VPN and then spawn your machine. Okay. We got our IP. So let's get to question number one. What TCP ports does Nmap identify as open? So let us open a new tab and okay. I'm gonna change this to 97.64. That's my phone. Don't mind that. Oh, hold on. I do not want the dash uppercase P in. Okay, so it looks like it's 22 and 80. So SSH and HTTP. Okay. What software is running the service listed on the HTTP web port? Okay. So what is the service? It is Node.js. Node.js. And that is right here. Node.js. Okay. What is the name of the web framework according to Wapalizer? And so Wapalizer is a tool that is really cool where it would identify like the web framework and other things associated with the website. So I need to see if I have it installed. If not, I need to get it. Okay, let me. Okay. I don't think. What is this? Oh, no. I don't. Stop. Okay. Uh, so let me install Wapalizer. Okay. So I'm gonna install it. Okay, so add. We want to add it. Okay, great. So we see that right there. Okay. So let me try to go here. Okay, so it's saying it's installed. Okay. Thank you. Let's see. Okay, as you see, it's finding stuff. Okay, my internet's acting a little slow. Hold on, let's see. Okay, hold on. Try closing. Okay. Okay. I'm okay with it. I'm in a virtual machine, so it doesn't matter. Okay. So jQuery. I bet this is jQuery. Let's see. No. The web framework. Okay. Oh, what is it? Let me look at the hint. Okay, so I installed it. Web framework. It looks like it's not showing it. Because I see Google. It says jQuery. Hold on. Let me refresh. Okay, more is coming up. Okay, because originally it was showing two, and what we're looking for wasn't being shown. I want the more info. Sorry, my eye was itching. Let's see. Express. Okay, it wasn't showing at first. It's Express. I had to refresh the page. Uh, okay. Express. Okay. So, what is the name of the vulnerability we test for by submitting this? Hold on. Let's put this in. It's server side template injection. They kind of put that right there. But let's see. Let's see if that works. Oh, okay. Yeah, so we have a stack trace. Okay. So, but it is. Hold on, let me go back. So it's server side template injection. So, um, let me just do this really quickly. I'm gonna just give a brief synopsis. Server-side template injection. Okay. We're probably going to need this, so I'm just going to go to Hack Tricks and let's see. Let's see what they say. Okay, well, that's loading. Let me type this in. Okay. What is the templating engine? Let's see if I can see that. I'm going to say handlebars. Okay. And so how I got that here was because we have a parsing error, meaning that the application didn't know what to do with this. And it's saying it's expecting an ID, a string, a number, a boolean. So that's either yes, no, 0, 1, undefined, null, data, or got invalid. So looking at this stack trace, parse error, root backend, node modules, and handlebars. So looking at this, I see handlebars comes up quite a bit. So I was like, let me see if that is the engine. Okay, is this coming up? This is still loading. Okay, let's move on. Um, what is the name of the Burp Suite tab used to encode text? That's encoder. We probably gonna have to open encoder. Hold on, let me open Burp. So I could have sworn it was really called encoder, but let me open Burp. Okay, let me close this and I'll come back to the server side template injection to describe what it is. Okay, is Burp opening? Okay, where? Oh, okay. Okay, this is taking a Wow, this is going slow. Okay, I might have to restart this virtual machine and add some more memory. So I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. I had to restart my computer. My battery wasn't connected to my laptop and it was just running super slow. I'm highly impatient and I'm like, yo, it's not supposed to be running like this. Okay, so I opened Burp Suite and it is Decoder. Okay, so this is Decoder. Okay, and that, if we go to the Decoder tab, we see decode and encode. Okay. In order to send special characters in our payload in an HTTP request, we'll encode the payload. What type of sorry, that's my phone. We'll encode the payload. What type of encoding do we use? And it's going to be HTML. No, URL. Excuse me, URL. URL encoding. Okay. When we use a payload from Hacktricks to try to run a system command, we get an error back. What is not defined in the response header? So let's go to Hacktricks SSTI. Okay, so let's open this and let's hopefully this will open quickly. Okay, it did. Whew, it was last time, as you see, it didn't open. Okay. So what is server-side template injection? This occurs when an attacker is able to use native templates, uh, native template syntax to inject a malicious payload into a template, which is then executed on the server. Template engines are designed to generate web pages by combining fixed templates with volatile data. So this occurs when user input is concatenated directly into a template and it's not being sanitized. Okay. So imagine we have this. We have an output and it renders dear and then the name from a GET request. So let's just say we have, and these two brackets here are signify a template. So let's just say we create a template and then we have some bad stuff or a payload. So essentially, what's going to happen is it's going to execute it. And so we did this example here of the 7 times 7. If it would have worked correctly, 7 times 7 is 49. It would have rendered 49 to us on the screen. So let's see. Uh, okay, it's all this Java. Let me see if it say node. Okay, so what was it saying? When we use a payload from the Hacktricks to run a system command, we get an error back. Okay, so that's what we were doing. Hold on. So let me go back here because we actually did it when the computer was going super slow. My God, it's going so slow. Okay, so we're gonna say 7 times 7. I'm gonna submit, and let's see. So what is not defined in the response error? Okay, hold on. But it got invalid. Let's see. module? I don't think that's it. No. Okay, hold on. Let me. Let's see. Oh, no, didn't want that. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna take this, this dot push, and it's gonna put in return a child process and execute who am I, which is a system command. So let's see if this will work. Okay, I didn't like the missing. Okay, the okay. So I was here. So okay, so that didn't work. Okay, so let's try. Okay, what's the hint? Handlebars. Okay. Wait, hold on. Okay. Okay. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna see if this works. Okay, it does not like. Hold on. Okay, welcome back, everyone. So I had to take a break. I received a phone call. I actually was working on this, and I got it to work. Oh, let's see. I'm gonna remove that. Remove this. And I'm gonna show you what I did. Okay. Okay. So, um, for task 8, so what is not defined? I'm gonna take a guess and say variable. Okay, it wasn't variable. Okay. Oh, require. Require. Sorry. And I can show that here. My bad. Okay, so we're going to take the URL encoded of this code here, and we're going to take this, which is the URL encoded piece, and we're actually going to decode it in Burp Suite because I want you to see what it looks like. Okay, so we copy. So then let me open Burp Suite. I'm gonna put this in decoder. And we look here, and it says we have a child process and we're going to try to execute remove morale.txt from Carlos's home directory. So this right here is probably not going to be correct because there's probably not a Carlos on our machine. So, what we need to do now, I just wanted to do that really quickly. Okay, hold on. Let me go back to bike. Okay, let me put this in. Uh, okay, wait. Let me. No. I want to put in this. My bad. So let me copy. Put in the wrong thing. Okay. And I actually had it right here. Okay, so let me put this in. Okay. Require is not defined. Okay. So, okay. So, what variable is the name of the top level scope in Node? Okay, so the reason why doing a little bit of research here, um, global objects are objects that are available in all modules. The following variables may appear to be global, but they are not. And surprise, surprise, require. It should be global, but it is not. And it only exists in the scope of the module. Okay. And the reason how we know that is because require is not defined. And if we go to Google and we say require not defined, let me put Node.js. Node.js. Okay, hold on. Let me just go to JS. Okay. You probably either have set the type property to module in your package, or you're using the required function in the files that have a .mjs file extension. But essentially, this happens because it is not defined. It's not in scope. So, and we see that here because it's not defined. So, when it's what variable is the name of the top level scope in node is global. Okay. Global variables are variables that you can use throughout the program. The scope is throughout the entire program. If you create a variable, excuse me, inside of a function, that variable is only the scope of that variable is only going to be inside of that function. When that function ends, that variable no longer exists. Okay. So, by exploiting this vulnerability, we get command execution as the user that the web server is running as. What is the name of the user? Okay, so this is where it gets interesting. Okay, so we have burp open. So burp is an interception proxy that an interception proxy is, think of it as intermediary. So we're the client here, intermediary, and then the server. So what happens is when we send our requests, so we send a request to the server, it will stop at the intermediary, in this case burp, and then in that case we can modify variables and things of that nature, and then we can send the modified request to the server, right? And the server will have no idea. It would just assume that the modified request was the original request, and it will send the data back. So to get that to work, we will be in our proxy tab, and as you can see, intercept is off, right? So we're gonna turn it on. It's not gonna do anything as of yet. Yeah, because the it's not intercepting the traffic. And the reason why that is the case is because we need to tell our web web browser to funnel through our interception proxy. So if you go to the dashboard, we see here that the proxy service starts on our loopback 127.0.0.1 and on port 8080. So I'm using Firefox. So you click the three lines, go to settings. I type in proxy. It just makes it easier. And then right now we're using the system proxy settings, but we want to do manual proxy settings. And we want to type 127.0.0.1 and then port 8080. And then we want to say, okay. So now our intercept proxy is on. And if we refresh, wait, is it? Hold on. Okay, yeah. Where to go? Okay, if we see it's doing something. Hold on, let me go here. Because it should be intercepting. Okay, so it's on. Okay, so it's intercepting. So now if we go back, and what I'm going to do, I am going to go to burp. I'm going to go to decoder. I know this isn't correct, but I'm just going to paste in just a payload. Okay, our proxy's on. So let's do this and let's say submit. Okay, now we see that it's hanging. It's waiting on us, right? You see, and it's going to keep hanging because we're at the intermediary step. So it's like, hey, what do you want to do? Do you want to push this, send this request to the server for the server to send us a response, or are you going to modify it? What we're going to do, we're going to send this to Repeater. And what Repeater does is you can send the request as many times as you like, even with modified values. So we're just going to say forward, and I'm going to turn intercept off. Now, you see in Repeater, we have our request, and we have our URL encoded payload. So if you click send, it's like, hey, we'll contact you at whatever. So that means our payload didn't work. Okay. Now, let's say we want we're going to change this to who am I? And we're going to encode this and URL encoding. We're going to copy. We're going to go to Repeater. And we're going to paste. We want to keep an action equals submit because that signifies us pressing the submit button. So we're going to say send. And as you see, we got our error. Require is not defined. Okay. So this tried to do the payload. We tried to execute the who am I, and that will let us know who we are on the server. But it's like, yo, this require, you can't use this, right? Because right now it should be used. You would think it's a global variable, and that's what global object, but it's not. It's being used as a local object. And Node.js is like, hey, I don't know where that's at. So I don't know this. We can't make this work. Okay, now, because of this, we're going to have to get creative. So we're going to remove this for now. And what we're going to do is, okay, we can't use require. Where is it? So we're looking at global objects. And so it's here, it's like, hey, here are the global objects. Okay, here are some. Okay, I don't think this helped. Okay, yeah, I looked at this. This didn't help. Okay. Did I go here? Yeah, so this is where I went. I went here, which is there. So I'm like, okay, so we need to do, we want to use a global object, right? Because right now require is saying, hey, this is local and it doesn't know what to do. So how about, is it here? We see something and we noticed, oh, darn, I deleted it. Okay, let me go here. We notice here, we see a child process, right? So let's go back to our global objects and let's go to child processes. Okay, we have child processes here. Wonder if process. Okay, first, let's try just process. So I'm just going to say, hey, let's see if process will work, right? Let's not even do child process yet. Let's just do process. Okay, and we're going to URL encode that again. We're going to copy it. We're going to go back to Repeater. We're going to paste that in. We're going to say send. Wait, what happened? What did I do? Oh, okay. Okay, make sure you do this correctly. because it will complain. Okay. So let me try this again. Okay. I don't have. Hmm? Okay. I was doing the wrong one. Oh, let me remove this. Okay. So then let me encode that. Okay. I was doing the wrong URL encoding. That's important. Okay. So it will tell you, the server will tell you. Okay. Okay. I don't have require. Oh, yes, I do. Okay. Require process, and I want to encode. Oh, wrong one. Encode URL. Okay, so let's see. Okay. Oh, look what we have here. Okay. It's saying we're returning an object. Okay. Function is native code. Object process. We have some more native code. Okay, so it's working. Okay. Now, from here, we need to um if we go to process, oh, was I there? Let's see if there's what is this? Hold on. So we see there's native code, we see there's objects. Let's see if there is a main module. Okay, there is a main module. Okay. It's saying it's deprecated, but let's see. And why I'm doing this, so we know the process works. And essentially what we're doing is we're trying to get the required function to work, but we're going to have to use global objects to get it to work. So instead of saying require, that doesn't work because that is locally scoped and it's not globally scoped. So the server's like, hey, I don't know what this is. I can't use that. Okay, so that's what we're doing. So let me go back to decoder. I'm going to remove this. And now I'm going to say main module. Okay, dot main module. Okay, and I'm going to remove that. And I'm going to encode as URL. Copy that. Go back to repeater. We're going to do this again. We want to keep the and action equals submit because that is us simulating pressing the submit button. So I'm going to do that. And you see here, this is the encoded, and then this shows us the decoded value. Okay, see more? Okay. So, okay. So we still have the objects in the native code. Okay, so we didn't break anything. So that's good. Okay. Now, again, we're still trying to use the require. So here, okay, that's what I did. Okay. So I so if we say if we go to Google and we say process.main module dot require. Okay. So here, okay. So this is used to get the main module. Okay, so this is dynamically changed during runtime. Okay. So how about we add we go back, we go to decoder, and we say process.main module, and we're going to say dot require, and we're going to say child process. Because again, we're trying to simulate this here. We can't use this just this required. It's not being found. So what I did here was we used the process main module, which are global, and then from there, getting the main module. From there, the require object is probably in that, so we could probably call the child process from there. Okay, so let me go here. Let me encode as URL. Let me see. Let me make sure I didn't mess up. Okay. Okay. So nothing happened. Okay, so that lets us know we did what we needed to do. So now I'm going to add. So here we have execute, but that's if we use require. So here, if you say, well, let me just do it here. Process.main module.require. So we see here this execute sync. So let's try that. Okay. So we're going to say .execute sync, and then we're going to say who am I. So this will return the user who we're logged in as. So we're going to say URL encoding. We're going to copy. I'm going to go to repeater. I'm going to paste. Oh, did I type it wrong? What was it? Oh, okay. Case sensitivity matters. Okay. I couldn't find it because the S is capitalized. Okay. So let me go here. Let me encode URL. Okay. Let me go here. Paste. Oh, we're logged in as root. So we're logged in as the super user. Okay. So if we go back to Hack the Box and it says, hey, who are we logged in as? We're logged in as root. I know that's correct. What's going on? Okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Now we need to find the flag. Okay. So we know we're root. So now, and we know we're on a Linux system. So instead of saying who am I, let's say ls root. So what this is going to do is it's going to list everything in the root folder or directory. So we're going to encode. Okay. Go to SAM. And look, okay, we have backend, we have flag.txt, and we have snapped. So how are we going to, or snap, how are we going to get the flag.txt? Well, we're going to change this, and we're going to say cat root flag.txt, and that is going to open our flag.txt file. Okay. We got the flag. Okay. Okay. So this room was very involved. Once we figured out handlebars and then we tried to use this by itself, this didn't work because, again, require was the server didn't know where that was at. So then we had to use the global. Where is it? Okay, I think I might have deleted it. But then we had to look for the actual global objects and then to call the require function that way. And then from there, once we were able to do that, we also had to, instead of using execute, we had to use execute sync. And then we used who am I, and that showed we were root. Then we did a ls of the root directory, and it showed we had snap, backend, and the flag. And then from there, we changed it to cat root / root flag.txt, which opened the flag. So this lab showed us we executed server-side template injection using URL encoding. We also used burp to use the repeater. So what we captured the traffic, sent this to repeater, and as you can see, we were able to modify this multiple times without actually having to intercept again. So I hope you learned something in this video. I did. I really never played with server-side template injection, so this was cool, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Have a good day. Bye.